In example 5, we're going to use this sum product method to factor trinomials into two binomial factors. So the first thing we're checking, our leading coefficient is 1. I have a 5 as a coefficient of my x term. That's where I'm looking for my sum. I have a 6 for a constant term, and that's where I'm looking for my product. So I start with my product of 6. There's not a whole lot of factors of 6. So when I look for my factors of 6, I'm hoping to find a pair that will add or subtract in some way to give me a 5. So 6 is 1 multiplied by 6, or it's 2 multiplied by 3. Those are the only combinations of numbers that will multiply to give me the 6. I need the pair who add to give me a 5. So they multiply to give positive 6, they add to give positive 5. Well, that pair is 2 and 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5, and 2 multiplied by 3 equals 6. So because my leading coefficient is 1, I know my two factors. When I multiply the first term with the first term, I need an x to multiply with an x to give me that x squared. Then I'm going to use my two numbers. It was a 2 and a 3 that multiplied to give 6. Both of those need to be positive. A positive 2 multiplied by a positive 3 is positive 6, and a positive 2 plus a positive 3 is a positive 5. There are my two binomial factors. We don't need to list this all the time. If you find that you're stuck, and especially if the number is bigger than, say, 6, then it might have a lot of factors, and this is a nice way in an organized list for you to check that. So let's do part B. I'm looking for numbers that have a sum of negative 7. They also have a product of positive 10. So we got to be careful now. We have some negatives in there. I start with my product of 10. The only way I can multiply to get 10 is if it's 1 multiplied by 10 or 2 multiplied by 5. These are the only possibilities. I need a pair of them that will add or subtract in some way to give me a 7. And while they add or subtract to give me that negative 7, they also must multiply to give me positive 10. Well, if they're multiplying to give a positive, that gives us a clue to our numbers. A positive multiplied by a positive is a positive number, and a negative multiplied by a negative is a positive number. So my two numbers have to be the same sign. 1 and 10 are not going to add to give me 7, but 2 and 5 will. Positive 2 and a positive 5 add to positive 7, so they're no good. They have to be negative 2 and negative 5. So those are my two numbers. When I write my factors, they'll start with x. One factor will be x subtract 2. The other factor will be x subtract 5. And if you want to check using FOIL, you can multiply that out and you'll know that your two factors are correct. I'm going to leave you now to do the your turn questions where you have to find your own sum and products now.